guys, welcome to this week's Hot or Not, where I share with you if a product is awesome or if it is totally crappy. In this case, we're talking about these new little mini Revlon shadows, which are crappy. I do not like these, and usually I can find something very redeeming in a product, and I give you like a lot of pros and cons, but this product through and through I just did not like. And I have to say, I love Revlon shadows. That's the weird thing. The Color Stay little quads, I love those. I've used those in tutorials, and I'm a big fan of the line altogether. Like even a couple of weeks ago, the new Revlon lacquer balms and the matte balms, those are incredible. So I was hoping these would work, and I am really surprised that they don't. So let's get to the nitty-gritty of why this is a fail item. We will start with the packaging. These are meant to be connected. They have a ton of different colors in the line, like everything from greens to blues to neutrals. So that's kind of cool. Like the idea itself, when you see the display, you're like, oh, that's neat. However, the packaging is very flimsy, and you feel like you are going to break the actual plastic when you are putting these together. And sometimes when you open one side up, after you've connected the product itself, it kind of jams up, and it feels like an item that's going to break very quickly. It feels absolutely cheap, which it is a cheap product. It's $2.99. So you do get what you pay for in this instance. I picked up 6 shades. I have 4 connected right here kind of poorly because they don't quite want to stay together. The first thing I do when I buy a new product is I want to feel the texture of it, especially with shadows. I just find that right away I know. I'm like, this is good, this is bad. And you know, at the drugstore, we don't have the luxury of testers being on the shelf. I wish they did that. If they did, I probably wouldn't have bought this product, because immediately you can feel that it's just very chalky and dry, and you're worried that it won't blend well or have a lot of pigmentation, which it doesn't. So when you go to actually swatch the product on your hand, it's just kind of bunchy, chunky, and not smooth. It almost feels like a little dusty. So the pigmentation is an issue because it is kind of that drier feeling. Like I'm pressing quite hard on this purple shade right here, and there's just not a lot of color payoff going on. Do we even see that there? It's just, it kind of disappears. The most pigmented one of the bunch is called Plum, and I am able to grab quite a bit on my fingertip. And you can see in the swatch, it's slightly pigmented, but when you go to apply it in the crease or on the eyelid, it just does not look good. It doesn't blend well, and it again kind of looks blotchy, which you don't want with your shadow. You want an even application. So the pigmentation and texture of the product are a fail. These ones right here are all matte. I'll share with you a couple of the shimmery ones. This is called Candy, which is a pearl finish. They have a few different finishes within the color range. The pearl, just usually inexpensive pearl shades it's an easy thing to pull off for any brand. But this just, again, you can barely see it. It has kind of chunky bits of silver in there, and it looks cheap. So I'm not a fan at all. The other drawback is, which I didn't mention before as I was trying to open this little plastic thing is it covers the top part of your shadow, so you peel this off to be able to open the product itself, but it doesn't rip off, so you have to kind of take the entire sticker off the back, and then you lose what shade it is, which is unfortunate. So there wasn't a lot of thought in the fact that people like to know the names of their products. This one is taupe, and it's a satin finish. But really, I think the satin finish ones of this whole collection are the worst, because it's like it wants to be shimmery, but it's coming off like a matte shade, which is really chalky and bunchy, and just, I mean, like that just did nothing, absolutely nothing. So the 6 that I bought were total fails. I don't know if you guys have tried a few shades that were great, but I feel even with the $2.99 price point, it's just no good. If you're looking for great individual shadows that are affordable, Wet n Wild gets it done. Immediately when you kind of put your finger into the product, I'm barely touching that, and you can see there's a lot of color pigmentation there. And just going on my skin lightly, you can see the color. I'm wearing this over the lid and under the brow bone. It's beautiful, it's affordable. So I just wanted to share with you guys that you can find something that really works beautifully in that price point. So Revlon, get it together, Revlon, because this was not good, surprisingly not good. Most of their stuff, again, I love. I don't think that I don't like the brand by any means, because I do love so much of their makeup. So that's all I have for you this week on Hot or Not. Let me know in the comments below what other products are hitting the shelves that you guys are super curious for me to try out and test and give you my thoughts on. Thumbs up if you like this, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah!